This is a quick update on the event system that I'm creating, or I should say the event sequencer. So I've got two characters here, Mary and Bill, and I'm going to have them look at an object, which I've got an object here, and I'm using a script here called object serial ID, so I can give a serial number to each object that I want to be able to call later. And then for the event system, let's go and create an event. So I've got a bunch of different events here that I can create. And I've got dialogue events, which I believe I was working on when I was doing the live stream. Move to events, haven't really worked on that yet. And this is the one I'm looking at right now, is the player rotate. So the player, let's just set this player to playable, okay? And I'm just gonna activate Mary for now, just to show you some stuff on the player movement. Okay, so if I look around here, there's areas where I can't walk and areas where I can walk. So what it does is the character will turn to face the direction and then move. So turn and move, turn and move. If the graphics don't fit together, it's because they're not designed to be together. I'm just grabbing stuff from the internet and what I have before. So if the person's already kind of walking in a direction, there's no need to stop and turn, because it's only if it's more than 90 degree. So if I do this, she'll stop, turn around, and then move. That, stop, turn, move. So the turning part is what's going to be accessed by our event sequencer. So I want Mary, I'm going to switch her to be a controlled object. So script is controlling her, not me. I don't get to control her anymore. And I can turn that on and turn that off, which will be another event type to turn on and turn off who's controlled and who follows who, and so on and so forth. So here we have create new event, and I want to create a rotate event. Let's open that event and take a look at it. So here we have the delay before event. I'm going to put in as 3 seconds. It's going to wait, and then I want both Mary and Billy to look at that object, which has an ID of 1. I've put a couple checks in here. So for instance, first check, when we create it, it's going to be look at type, one person looking at another, and it says Bob cannot look at themselves. So I don't want it to be a person, I want to look at an object ID. These are the types I have. I can look at a specific vector point, I can look at a person, I can look at the object ID, which is what I want, or I can look in a direction, which is cardinal directions. So object ID, let's set this to 1, and I'm going to create another one, and I want this one to be Mary. So it's not Bob, sorry, it's Mary's looking at that, and it's Bill looking at that. So let's change this also to object ID 1. So both of them are going to turn at the same time, and this event waits until they've both finished turning. So once they've finished turning, we're going to move on to the next event. Right now there is no next event, so I'm going to add a new one. And in the new one, I then want them to face each other. So they're going to look at the object, then let's wait 5 seconds. So delay after event is the 5 seconds I want, and 5. And let's go over here, and now let's say we want them to look at each other. So Bob's gonna look at Mary, and it's not Bob. Okay, and I get another error. So for instance, let's say I was trying to say Bob looks at Mary Bob looks at Bill. I can't send this as one single send because Bob can't look at two of them at the same time. So I've got another error pop up. You cannot rotate the same person more than once here. But that's not what I want to do. I want Bill to look at Mary and Mary to look at Bill. So there I go, and that happens immediately once this runs. So this is going to wait 3 seconds, do the rotation. When the rotation's finished, it's going to delay for 5 seconds, and then it's going to run them looking at each other. So let's see how this works. I'm just going to increase this a little bit, and let's hit play. So this test event I have already loaded up into the event sequence manager. So we can see here the event sequence manager. Has the test event in it, and let's turn on Mary and Billy. So I'm just using the same graphics, so just ignore that. Both of them are going to look at this object. So it's going to be 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. They both turn. It's going to wait, and then they're going to face each other, and there we go. And then at that point, so this sequencer allows me to easily do cutscenes. So I can then run a dialogue that they can talk to each other back and forth during a cutscene, and then I can put control back to the player where I'm finished with the cutscene and the player can now control themselves just by switching this player type from controlled back to playable. And then I could probably switch Billy to follow and tell Billy to follow. So if I say follow, Billy's going to follow. Here's the follow the person, and Billy's going to follow whoever I tell. So that's the new rotation event that I have created. Thank you.